All right, good evening. It is the final day of 2020. I'm David Reimer, back from a very long vacation. It's good to see y'all again. It is, as I said, the 31st of December 2020, the year that will never end, even when it ends. It's currently a few minutes before 9 p.m. Central Time, and we, perhaps appropriately, are dealing with a winter storm roughly 3 hours before the year ends. Now, let me go ahead and color key or color code what you're looking at here. The white and blue is going to be your snow. Your typical greens and yellows, etc., that's your rain. And the little purple you're seeing up near Oklahoma City, that is freezing rain and some sleet. Just because the radar says something is happening in terms of precipitation type doesn't necessarily mean it's happening, but it seems to be doing a pretty good job with the snow rain line this evening. That being said, we're going to take a look at what's going on now. We're going to take a look at a few interesting things such as thunder snow, and then we're going to take a look at what we expect to unfold over the next several hours into the morning hours on Friday. We do have moderate to heavy snow falling across the Concho Valley, the eastern Permian Basin, west central Texas from near Lubbock and points east. Much of the big country, including Abilene, the southeastern Texas panhandle, including Childress. And we do have precipitation falling in Vernon, Wichita Falls, and portions of western North Texas. You'll note we do actually have a pretty good number of lightning strikes occurring across portions of the northern DFW Metroplex, places like Wise County, Denton County, over into Collin County. And then you might notice these right here, those lightning strikes right on the rain-snow line in eastern Eastland County. That's thunder snow, and we're going to look at that in a little more detail. Let me go ahead and turn the loop off. We're going to switch from the regional mosaic. I want to take a look at the higher resolution radar. In this case, you're not really going to see much of a difference compared to the regional radar we were looking at. However, I am going to switch to the Fort Worth radar. I'm going to look at the eastern edge of the rain-snow line right now. And with my luck, it'll probably crash the program because that seems to be my luck in 2020, whether it was back this past April or now. So, voila, unfortunately, it just crashed my radar program. It's still 2020. I wouldn't expect anything less. While we reload that, and y'all might see a blank screen. If not, well, luck behold me. We do have thunder snow occurring just west of the DFW Metroplex this evening. Places like Granbury, Stephenville have all reported thunder snow in the last 2 hours. And that's not only significant because, one, thunder snow is rare, no matter the part of the United States you're in. Two, lightning is frightening, and whether or not it's occurring in snow or in a thunderstorm in the middle of summer, lightning is dangerous. If you hear thunder, you need to go indoors. Lightning strikes are lightning strikes. It doesn't matter if it's 30 degrees outside. If you get hit by lightning, there's a good chance it's going to kill you. It's not any less lethal just because it's in a snowstorm. It's pretty cool, and it's going to light up the sky, and the thunder is going to sound obnoxiously loud. But if it strikes you, you're toast. Literally. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist the pun. Anyway, we do have a pretty good amount of thunder snow now ongoing just southeast of Ranger and Ranger Hill, northwest of Stephenville, around Strom and Gordon. Interstate 20 is likely in very bad shape right now from, let's just say, Weatherford all the way to Van Horn. Tonight, no travel tonight. I would not recommend it. From Van Horn to Junction, Van Horn to the west side of Fort Worth. TxDOT's out and about, but you have to understand, some of these snowfall rates are approaching 2 inches an hour. That's heavy snow for Maine and New England. 2 inches of snow here, there's no way the plows are going to be able to keep up. So there are vehicles that are being stuck. This includes commercial vehicles. And then folks are getting mad because they can't move and you're stuck there for hours. So no travel tonight if you're in the big country, if you're in the Concho Valley, if you're in west central Texas, if you are in western North Texas, west of a line from Let's just go ahead and say Weatherford to Decatur to Gainesville. West of that, I wouldn't recommend it tonight. 287. You guys have been getting some rain and some freezing rain this evening. That's going to switch over to sleet and then heavy snow within the next 2 hours. A corridor from near Childress all the way to Wichita Falls could end up with 3 to 7 inches of snow by 2 a.m. Once the snow switches over, it's fallen very heavily, and some of this has been a very heavy, wet snow, and that'll stick. You'll notice we still have snow falling all the way south to almost Interstate 10. That all has to move north. So we're still going to see several more hours of heavy snow this evening and tonight across the Big Country, west central Texas, northwest Texas, the eastern Texas Panhandle. And this is going to actually continue moving up essentially Interstate 44 in Oklahoma, for those familiar with the regions. West central Oklahoma, central Oklahoma, southwest Oklahoma, all going to be facing a major snowstorm tonight and Friday morning as well, with the potential of 4 to 8 inches of snow. Also looking at the potential for some significant ice accumulations. We've heard from Bowie, they've got ice accumulating on power lines and trees. I expect the same things happening in Wichita Falls all the way up to Vernon. That's occurring all the way up into Oklahoma City right now. You have heavy snowfall on top of that, and if there's a layer of ice beneath all that, well, it's not going to be good travel conditions, and even could have some power outages with gusty winds. So, that being said, a very formidable winter storm, regardless of the time of year, but it feels appropriate it would be on the final day of 2020. Let's take a look at the high resolution rapid refresh model. Now, this is just a guesstimate of what this model thinks is going to happen overnight, but it's been doing a good job today. You can see it continues to move the snow northward overnight into the early morning hours on Friday, bringing a hefty snowstorm to northwest Texas, western and west central Oklahoma into the Oklahoma City metropolitan area. You'll note that the rain-snow line stays just west of the DFW Metroplex. Places like Granbury, Weatherford, you're getting snow right now. Some of you are getting really heavy snow right now and thunder snow. Decatur, all the way up to Bowie. Eventually, you guys should be seeing some snow tonight as well. Places like Gainesville, Denton, Fort Worth, you might get lucky and see some snowflakes. If you get really lucky, you might get a dusting of snow. Sherman, McKinney, Dallas, Waxahachie, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't think you're going to see any snow tonight. Northeast Texas, the remainder of Central Texas and East Texas, no snow for y'all. I'm sorry. But by the time this is said and done, we'll likely have seen snowfall accumulations of 4 to 8 inches across portions of Northwest Texas, the Big Country, the Concho Valley, the Eastern Permian Basin. And snow is being recorded with a yardstick in portions of the Davis Mountains. Big Bend National Park, 2 feet of snow from this storm earlier today and last night. That is 24 inches. Fort Stockton, you had over a foot of snow, and even though the snow has stopped falling on most of Interstate 10 this evening, we note it remains treacherous. There still remain trouble spots, and there are still traffic jams causing issues around Fort Stockton. Temperatures on Interstate 10, and, well, let me rephrase that. Temperatures within the snowpack tonight of the Davis Mountains into the southern Permian Basin and western Concho Valley. After the snow stops, wherever there's a big snowpack tonight, temperatures are going to plummet, especially if skies clear out. If skies clear out, temperatures are going to make a run for the single digits tonight where that snowpack is. So if there's been any melting by chance, since surfaces have been kind of warm, whatever slush is out there is going to turn into ice. And whatever liquid is on roads is going to freeze. So give TxDOT time to get everything cleared, get all the stuck vehicles off the interstates and the highways, and let them plow. That includes Interstate 20, Interstate 10, Highway 287 later tonight across northwest Texas. So if you are I don't care if you're a commercial driver, a resident, a typical four-wheel driver per se, if you can avoid it, do not travel on Interstate 20 tonight from Weatherford on the east all the way out to Van Horn in the west. Interstate 10, do not travel from Van Horn all the way to Kerrville. It's just not a good idea. Highway 287 tonight, you're not going to want to be on it. Probably from, let's just say, Decatur on the southeast side, all the way up through Wichita Falls, Vernon, to Clarendon. And we'll just say this, those of you who might have interest up north, you're not going to want to be on Interstate 40, probably east of McLean, excuse me, going all the way east, probably to Oklahoma City. 35, you're not going to want to be around Oklahoma City either by tomorrow morning. So this snowstorm remains significant. Very good snowfall for a lot of folks in Texas. I know a lot of folks in DFW are pretty mad they're missing out on snow. I feel ya, I'm a snow weenie myself. But I don't think this will be the last chance this winter for some snow. So that is the latest. We continue to monitor heavy snowfall in western North Texas, all the way to Midland, moving north. Thunder snow reported. It's evidenced by these lightning strikes northwest of Stephenville, south of Strawn. Rain snow line now extending from near Granbury to almost the west side of Fort Worth. Moving north. I'm David Reimer with Texas Storm Chasers. You can stay up to date with our Texas Storm Chasers app. Just go search for Texas Storm Chasers in your app store, and can also follow us and our interactive weather radar on our website, texasstormchasers.com/radar. We'll probably talk to you all again here in a few hours. If you're heading out and about tonight, please stay safe, wear a mask, and if you're driving out in snow, please be careful. You really shouldn't be, but I understand some people have to. Just take it slow, take it careful. Assume all the other drivers around you have just the driving skill level of a 16-year-old, because it's probably not too far from the truth. All right, we'll talk to you all again in a little while.